The Washington Commanders just pulled off a sneaky signing that's got everyone sleeping on it. But not us, because this move is pure gold. This team's been making noise lately, stacking up big names and turning heads across the NFL. Fans can't stop buzzing about the blockbuster trades and flashy additions, but buried in all that hype is one guy who's flying way under the radar. And trust me, he's about to surprise a lot of people. You've got the Commanders out here swinging for the fences, and it's paying off. They're not that quiet little team anymore. Everyone's obsessed with the shiny new toys like Bobby Wagner bringing that veteran fire, or Javon Kinlaw eating up headlines with his monster deal. But while the spotlight's on them, this mystery player slipped right in, ready to make an impact nobody saw coming. Quietly brilliant and built for the grind. This isn't just another roster filler. It's a chess move that could change the game. The Commanders are cooking something special, and this signing's the secret sauce fans will be talking about soon enough. So who is this guy, and why's he got me so fired up? Stick around, because we're diving straight into the one name you need to know. Let's talk Will Harris and why he's a total steal. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Washington and all the NFL content in the offseason. Let's aim for 200 likes on this video. The Washington Commanders just snagged Will Harris, and this guy's not your average pickup. He's a walking toolbox ready to fix any problem on the field. Coming over from the Detroit Lions, Harris locked in a sweet deal. 2 years, $8 million with a chance to hit $10 million. That breaks down to about $4 million a year for a 29-year-old who's been battling in the NFL for nearly a decade. For a team loading up talent, that's a bargain that's got fans nodding in approval. What makes Harris stand out isn't some crazy highlight reel, it's his knack for doing it all. Need a safety to lock down the deep ball? He's there. A corner to shadow a receiver? He's got it. He'll even slide into the nickel spot or crash the box to stuff a run. Nothing phases this guy. He's not the flashiest superstar, but he's the kind of player coaches dream about, plugging holes and keeping plays alive. Imagine a dude who's always in the right spot, making chaos look easy. That's Harris in action. This signing's a sneaky win because it's not about headlines, it's about grit. At 29, he's got years of know-how, and that $4 million a year price tag feels like a steal for someone so flexible. Commanders fans, you're looking at a guy who's about to become your unsung hero. How'd he even land here? Let's roll back the clock and see where this journey started. His Lions days are a wild story. The Washington Commanders scored big with Will Harris, but his path to this moment is straight up gritty, starting back with the Detroit Lions in a totally different era. Picture this. Harris gets drafted under Matt Patricia, a coach who was all about tough, scrappy players. But then Patricia's reign flops, and in swoops Dan Campbell, a new sheriff with a new vibe, ready to gut the roster and build his own squad. Most of Patricia's guys? Gone. Except Harris. He somehow stuck around. Campbell and GM Brad Holmes had a vision, tearing down the old Lions and turning them into contenders. But Harris didn't budge. Why? Because he kept proving he belonged, stepping up whenever injuries hit or gaps opened. One week he's chasing receivers, the next he's crashing the line. Detroit couldn't shake him loose. Even as Campbell's crew reshaped everything, Harris hung tough, earning his spot through sheer hustle and heart, not handouts. That's what makes him a Commander's gem now. He's battle-tested from a rough stretch in Detroit. He's not some hotshot rookie. He's a survivor who thrived when the odds were stacked against him. Washington's betting on that same fire to shine in their lineup. The Washington Commanders are playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers, and their off-season moves scream big-time ambition. They've splashed cash on heavy hitters like Bobby Wagner, a linebacker with ice in his veins, and Javon Kinlaw, whose big defensive line deal has tongues wagging. Then there's Zach Ertz, the tight end coming back to steady the ship, plus that wild Laremy Tunsil trade talk still floating around. These are loud, in-your-face ads that say one thing: Washington's done messing around. But here's the kicker. They're not just chasing stars. They're stacking smart pieces too. With a rookie quarterback on a cheap deal, they've got a golden window to load up before his payday hits. That's why a guy like Will Harris fits so perfect. He's the glue holding the chaos together when the spotlight's off. And yeah, Kinlaw's contract might feel spicy, but who cares? It's not their cash, it's the salary cap's problem, and they're spending it like champs while they can. This is a team taking monster swings, knowing they won't get this shot again once the QB's huge deal kicks in down the road. Risky? Sure. Exciting? You bet. How do they keep the momentum rolling, though? Let's talk draft picks and what's next on the horizon. The Washington Commanders are riding high, but their 2025 draft stash has some fans chewing their nails. It's a lean haul. They're sitting on just 5 picks total, with only 2 in the top 100, and no 5th-rounder in sight after some slick off-season trades. At first glance, that feels thin, like, where's the depth coming from? But hold up, because this team's got a knack for turning slim chances into gold, and that's what's keeping the hope alive. Flash back to how they've played it before. Grabbing a stud like Laremy Tunsil in the 3rd round proves they can strike big with less. If they nail their 2 early shots and snag a gem in the 3rd or 4th, this could be a sneaky good class. Those late flyers in the 6th and 7th? Pure lottery tickets, low risk, high reward. Commanders fans, you've seen this front office pull rabbits out of hats, so maybe it's not panic time just yet. Still, it's a gamble, and everyone's got an opinion. Are you sweating the light pick count or banking on another mid-round miracle? Drop your gut take in the comments. I'm dying to know. The Washington Commanders are stepping into the NFC East like they own it, and this division's a wild mix of giants and ghosts. First up, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're the real deal. Fresh off a Super Bowl run, and loaded with talent that's tough to match. Philly's the mountain to climb, no question. But Washington's got the guts to make it a fight. With their new-look roster, they're not just here to play. They're here to scrap. The Washington Commanders are stacking wins before the season even starts, and it's got this fan base buzzing with something fierce. You've got Will Harris sliding in as the do-it-all spark nobody saw coming, quietly tying the defense together. Then there's Bobby Wagner anchoring the middle with that old-school snarl, Javon Kinlaw bulldozing up front, and Zach Ertz giving the offense a steady hand. This isn't a rebuild, it's a reload, and it's got playoff vibes written all over it. Think about it. Harris's hustle, Wagner's brains, Kinlaw's power. It's a mix that could turn heads by December. Washington's front office isn't playing scared. They're building a squad that can slug it out with anyone. Sure, the draft haul's light, but with this much talent already locked in, they're betting on now, not later. That rookie QB's got a crew around him that's ready to roll, and Commanders fans, you've got to feel that energy pumping through this team. So what's got you most jacked up? Is it Kinlaw's raw edge, Wagner's vet magic, or Harris sneaking in as the X factor? Drop it in the comments. Let's hear your pick. Smash that subscribe button if you're riding this Commanders wave with us. We've got more NFL heat coming your way soon.